Hello, friends. Welcome
Hi.
to our Monster of the Week campaign. Well, ostensibly Monster of the Week, we say with the
I'm playing
most.
Monster of the Week. I don't know what the rest of you are playing.
Uh, we'll figure that out later.
How many rolls did you make last time, Dylan?
Yeah, yes. So, we're playing a game that is sometimes Monster of the Week, but is all times extremely anime. So we'll go around, meet our cast, jump into recap, and then jump in, because this is technically the second half of an episode.
Date part 2.
Date part 2. So, we are down one player this week. Lynn, our monstrous Risa, is not with us. She's a little under the weather today, so we are giving her the night off. But she's probably hanging out in chat watching, so say hi. So, going around, we will start with Dylan. Ginji.
Hi.
Who
Yeah,
are you?
that's
Who
me.
you playing? What you doing? How you been?
I'm Dylan. I use he/him pronouns. I am playing Genji, who also uses he/him pronouns. I am a total nerd and the opposite of a badass, and Genji is a total nerd and the opposite of a badass. So you may see some similarities between these characters tonight, but I promise I am playing an imaginary person in this game and not just myself. I've been good. I mean, I say that, but I've also been super stressed and burnt out for like a week and a half. But it's at least been on stuff that's good. And we had an anime night earlier tonight. We've been watching Cowboy Bebop and Durarara, which are two of my favorite anime. They're so good, and it's such a contrast to watch those two back to back. Because like Cowboy Bebop is super episodic and like enclosed and much more adult, and Durarara is very like, you aren't going to understand anything that has happened in any episode until the last episode of the season, and then you'll get all of it. And is like built primarily around these high schoolers, so like there's a lot of contrast there. But also the voice actor for Spike is also in Durarara. That's real weird because they're very different characters.
Oh wow.
But yeah, that's been fun, and I have been looking forward to this particular session for a while. When we reached the end of the last session and we were like, this is going to be a two-parter, isn't it? I was like, oh yeah,
Yes.
cracking my knuckles. I'm ready.
Yep.
I didn't think one episode was enough for the shenanigans that we were getting up to. So
I mean,
I'm very glad that we get a whole episode of just this.
What are you talking about? It's gonna be a totally normal date.
Yep,
What
definitely.
could possibly go wrong?
Nothing,
You're very excited for.
nothing will go wrong, surely. I'm sure Eiko will make sure of that. But before we get to Eiko, our girl of the hour who is on the date,
Help.
M, tell us about Miyu, yourself, pronouns and such, and how have you been?
Okay, hi, yeah, so my name's M, she, her pronouns, playing Miyu, also she, her pronouns, and kind of going along with the theme of what Dylan was saying, I'm a total weirdo who has definitely never been on a date with a normal person and needed to pretend I was, like, normal with normal interests. Certainly not. This is definitely...
Is this just too real?
I was on nearly this exact date when I was 20 years old, honest to God.
Oh no!
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Welcome to Omori High School Ghost Club, a memoir.
No, but you know, Miyu's gonna be okay. But in terms of Monster of the Week things, Miyu is our expert. She's a big ol' heckin' nerd. She loves like all sorts of ghost stuff and occult stuff, and she's the only one really in this entire club who actually knows anything about any of that. And she's super not going to be the person dealing with any ghost stuff that is definitely not going to happen anyway this episode. So I'm sure everything's going to be totally fine.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Yep. Awesome. And last but not least, playing our spooky girl, Julie. How are you? Who are you? Who you playing? Pronouns, all that good stuff.
Hello. I'm Julie. I'm at SoftSignal on Twitter. I use she/her pronouns. I'm playing Eiko, who also uses she/her pronouns. I'm doing good. It's been a week. I have no clue what to expect. I'm sorry in advance to Ginji. I'm very sorry in advance to Ginji.
Oh no.
Eiko's not the most vocal sort. So
You don't say.
yeah.
Nope.
She communicates only in zingers, apparently, after last episode.
Yeah, that appears to be the case. So that's fine.
I'm pretty sure you could count the number of words Eiko spoke last episode on 2 hands and has fingers left over.
I think
But
so.
They were real good words, though.
She also spoke in shoujo manga pages, as I recall.
Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't brought any manga with her on this trip. She needs to be 100% focused on making sure this thing
She's gotta be on her game.
Okay, now I'm scared.
God.
Anyway, Eiko is our spooky little girl. Like, she's the same age as everyone else, but she's literally little. She's like less than 5 feet tall. Yeah, she's the spooky. I'm using the spooky playbook. We'll see if any of that comes up tonight.
Yeah.
There will be no ghosts. None.
No, definitely not.
What are you
any.
doing here if you're expecting ghosts?
No, there will not be any yokai interfering in the date whatsoever. Speaking of yokai, I guess we come to me. Not as in me. I am not a yokai. Last time I checked. However, I am playing one. I am Jess. I am the keeper of this lovely game. I use she/her pronouns. Kokori-san, our embodiment of the keeper who exists in the narrative, uses he/him pronouns when he is himself. Honestly, he's a kitsune. He just is disguised into whatever, so meh. But if we see him tonight, he will probably be his foxy self, so. And, shall we get into the recap of what the heck happened last?
Whatever that was last
Oh, man.
Please.
Oh, so, in short form, Ginji, our good nerd, who definitely does not want to hunt yokai and just wants to be a salaryman someday, don't we all?
Please.
His best bro, his closest friend for years and years and years, since childhood, I think we decided, Daisuke, who is captain of the tennis team.
He's very cool.
Yeah, he's very cool. He's a good bro. Mentions to Ginji that he would really like to date Miyu. He thinks she's super pretty, which he's right. Never really said one word to her. He just thinks she's real pretty and wants to go on a date with her. So he was hoping Ginji could help hook him up. Ginji, being the good bro that he is, arranged for that to happen against all of his better judgment. Because he knows Miyu is a total weirdo. And he is afraid for his friendship, I think.
Yes, very much so. And also his reputation.
And also his reputation, yes. So, Miyu ultimately agreed to go on this date. And the Ghost Club, as a collective whole, jumped in and decided to help Miyu get ready for this date and, put on a normal facade. They went shopping for a normal outfit because Miyu definitely does not own any of those. She... what's her fashion?
Hot Topic 2006.
Yes, Hot Topic 2006 is her aesthetic. And her bedroom apparently is Party City at Halloween.
Apparently that's canon now. That's a thing we did.
So... After a long day of shopping, they managed to get some, they found a cute outfit for her. I believe it was the one Ginji picked out, shockingly enough, that turned out to work once it was sized appropriately. And, she is ready for her date. However, Eiko whilst stopping by a little statue to wish for good luck on this date, had a terrible, terrible vision that something was going to go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That the date was going to go wrong and be interrupted, and that could not happen because her very clear, very perfect picture, like shoujo manga 2-page spread picture perfect moment of the date would be ruined, and that was unacceptable to her romantic little heart.
Absolutely unacceptable.
So, while they were the rest of the club was content to let Miyu have her date, uninterrupted and let it be, Eiko is determined that they should guard this date and protect the romance. So, they agreed, reluctantly, I think, to shadow Miyu and Daisuke's date on Saturday afternoon in disguise.
I love, like, the dawning horror of all of us realizing exactly what's happening here.
Yeah.
Going around.
And that's the session we set up for ourselves last time, friends.
Oh, we gotta describe the disguises, though.
Yes.
I want to remind you, Jess, just so you don't like let it go and rob yourself of the opportunity. I rolled a miss on my beginning of mystery move last time, which means something bad is going to happen to me.
Yes.
Does that not just mean, like, this whole thing?
If Jess wants to interpret it that way, that would be very generous, and I would not say no.
Let's see. So your start of mystery move.
It's the Destiny's plaything, and on a miss, something bad is going to happen to you. So
That's
yeah,
for the week is a good system, guys.
it's great.
Okay, that's definitely not vague at all. That's not so open to interpretation.
Oh boy.
Okay, cool. So with that, shall we dive in and get the gang going?
Okay. Alright.
So
Date to protect.
yeah. So I think shall we start with Miyu? Are you getting ready for your big day?
I think we left off actually at the amusement park, although we can skip back.
Yeah, I think we left off the team like resolved to have that.
It was like
happened
the
and we were-
night before
yeah.
we just left Eiko.
Yeah.
Oh, so they had their disguises the night before.
Yeah,
Oh.
they were
Oh,
planning.
okay.
They were planning to
Planning.
dive in.
Yeah.
Planning. An active
Eiko was
decision was
planning.
made.
God,
Yeah.
that's not better. Eiko just having that mask around.
I
No.
mean,
Yeah, so I think we'll montage it a little bit. We sort of Daisuke waits. I assume you all picked a place to meet, probably close, like
Mhm.
halfway, maybe at the station that drops off at
Probably, yeah.
near the amusement park. And so Daisuke waited for you there, and picked you up, and you guys headed to the amusement park together. And I think behind you, maybe a few, like, basically another train door entrance down several feet off, we see another pair. Please describe what Ginji looks like.
Ginji does not know how to disguise himself. I think he has, like, maybe there was a costume party he went to at one point.
Dude.
I don't know. But he's wearing like a bartender outfit. He's got the button-up shirt and the vest, and his hair is slicked back, and he's got a pair of like real cool sunglasses that he's wearing. And he does not look comfortable in any of it. He really doesn't. It fits, but he's like tugging on stuff and like wiping off the sunglasses and putting them back on.
Yeah, so that's Ginji, the 17-year-old bartender. Or
Yeah,
thereabouts. Yes, totally legit. And beside him, if we see the camera kind of pan down to about Eiko's height, because it needs to.
Does it go to the side first and then?
What is Eiko wearing?
I like to imagine that they're both peeking around like the edge of the door. They haven't stepped out onto the platform yet.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Ginji just like tugging at his shirt collar uncomfortably, and then the camera drops down to Eiko just below him, and Eiko is wearing a mask. It appears to be a rabbit mask, and if you have ever seen a rabbit mask, you know that it is impossible to have a rabbit mask without it being the most terrifying thing on the planet. Added to the fact that Eiko has no expression in her eyes whatsoever to begin with. So,
Not creepy at all.
no, and she is dressed in bright pink, lovely, casual clothes like she usually is. And for all intents and purposes, looks like a child. A very creepy child.
The creepiest child.
The creepiest child, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the pair we see. Definitely not at all conspicuous as they shuffle onto the platform together, whilst Daisuke and Miyu go on their merry way to the amusement park. So Ginji and Eiko, Risa was planning to show up today.
Mhm.
But you got a hasty text from her saying something came up, can't make it, good luck. And you haven't gotten any responses back since if you've tried to text.
Well, that's fine. We'll do okay without her.
We have her snacks at least.
Yes. So, we see those two head off to the amusement park.
Mhm.
What do you two?
I guess we're gonna. No, Genji just turns to Eiko. I'm not so sure about any of this. Maybe we should just go.
Grabs his sleeve and pulls.
I could just be studying right now, like as you're trying.
As we see, tiny Eiko is dragging Ginji along as he's like, I could be studying right now, okay.
some ladies stop us and go, "Oh, your daughter's so cute," and then Eiko turns, just like, "Ah."
Yep.
That probably happens a lot. Oh, look at his dad taking his daughter out to the amusement. Oh my god!
Yeah. So I think we sort of, as the camera pans back and we see these two going off toward the amusement park, we sort of see the people just like parting as they get a look at Eiko.
Oh no! This is worse. And I think like as she's pulling Ginji along, if he keeps protesting, she's going to turn as she's pulling him along and shh.
Yep. Right. Okay.
Yeah, no. And then just keep walking.
Like walks very stiffly, like back too straight.
No.
This is how adults walk.
Yes.
Not at
course.
all awkward. Nope. Yeah, and I think we'll kind of push on through the day a little bit. So Miyu, Daisuke picked you up, and he's generally pretty friendly and a little awkward sometimes. He seems, but he's pretty upbeat. Like, you may have seen him in school, but I don't know what's Miyu's like read been on him if she's seen him before.
I think I'm not sure that Miyu actually really recognizes him. Miyu doesn't really pay that much attention to other people at school, kind of in general.
Mm-hmm.
So like, captain of the tennis team is like, those sure are some words.
He sure
that
is a sports student.
Yes, he sure does a sports good, probably, I guess. But I think over the course of this date, I think actually probably the night before, she probably actually borrowed one of Eiko's shoujo manga. I think whether that was a thing that Eiko just offered.
Oh.
Is that the sort of thing that Eiko would have been like, read this?
Oh yeah.
Help. Or
Read this, it will help.
Volume 5 of like one, God, I don't know, random shoujo manga.
Yeah.
the one with the actual captain of the tennis team.
Yeah.
Where the captain of the tennis, like where the main shoujo protagonist
Gosh.
went on a date to the amusement park with the captain of the tennis
The
team.
title absolutely has love in it because that's a fucking tennis pun.
Yeah. I will say that I only know tennis terms because there is actually a shoujo manga about high school tennis.
Oh, God.
And I read it.
Oh, well, duly noted.
So just assume it's a pun involving love.
Yeah.
And,
Good.
and she handed you specifically that volume.
Okay, so I think what that means is we're gonna have to come up with things that happened in that manga to attempt to emulate over the course of this episode.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, that's 100% what I'm doing too.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well. But I think over the course of this date, at least, I think at this point, they've mostly just been like doing the awkward high school small talk thing, which again is a huge shoujo manga trope.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people don't actually talk to each other very much on shoujo manga dates, really.
No.
It's just cute stuff happening. So I think, like, even if there are awkward silences, it's parsing as normal to her.
Mm-hmm.
So I think so far this has actually been pretty nice. Daisuke's a nice dude.
Yeah.
And I think we're at the point where she's kind of being like, okay, maybe I can do this. Nothing's gone wrong yet.
Yeah, so I think, like, for our first cut there, we sort of see, maybe you guys are walking down the stalls of, like, games or something, and, I think we see there's, like, I don't know, the prize selection at this, like, it's one of those dumb games where you throw, like, a ball into a tower of glasses or something. Maybe one of the toy prizes is slightly spooky.
Hang on, can it be one of the rifle shooting ones?
Yeah.
Because I just remembered that one of the expert things is a pistol, I believe.
Oh my
He's
God.
probably actually really heckin' good at this.
Okay. Yeah. So I think we sort of see Daisuke heads over and is like, "Hey, you want to try for something there?"
Oh, I don't know. I've never tried before.
Oh, it's super fun, and I mean, there's tons of prizes. Come on.
Okay.
And
So they rush over.
I think he like goes up and he's like, "Yeah, I'll win something for you," and pays the way for a couple of entries, and we'll see in general just how he does.
Oh, I should get dice.
You should have asked somebody else to roll, Jess.
I know. No, it's
supposed to be cool.
It actually works okay this way. Okay, there we go. He kind of whiffs his first shot, but the second one he does catch something, and he wins, like, I think he picks out like a little hairpin or something that was a nice little ornament.
Miyu flashes back to this exact scene that happened in the shoujo manga and remembers to clap excitedly.
Yep. So he sort of offers it up to you and is like, "Here, it's pretty cute, right?"
Cute, yeah, definitely cute. Thanks. That
Sure.
was-
Did you want to try?
Can I?
Yeah, of course. 2 more. And the stall attendant hands off the toy rifle to you.
Miyu has a brief flashback to like, well, this isn't in the manga, but he said it was okay, and he's smiling, so apparently we're still okay. All right, okay. All right. This looks a little hard, but oh, I see. And do I have to roll for this, or can we just assume that Miyu just fucking nails this?
Do you want to roll it?
I kind of want to roll it.
Okay, then roll it.
What's this? Do I have a bonus to this?
What is your? I guess you could roll like.
What would shooty stuff be
Yeah.
normally?
What would shooty stuff be normally? I guess
probably kicking ass.
kick some ass.
Yeah. That sounds right. What is kick some ass? Oh no.
Oh no, what'd you get? Yeah, you have to roll
Well,
plus tough.
Plus tough, which is a -1 for me.
Would it be plus tough if you're using a ranged weapon though?
I don't know. I
I
don't
mean,
think it's different.
Maybe.
Hold on.
I would suspect sharp.
Sharp sounds. Well, sharp makes sense to me actually.
Roll plus
considering
sharp.
mostly
We'll go with that.
That I can work with. My sharp is very good. Oh, Jesus, Miyu. Okay,
no.
that's a 12.
Whoa!
That
Damn.
was a 6 and a 3, and I have a +3 sharp.
So what?
So yeah, so I was like, oh, I don't know, this looks pretty hard, and then just fucking like frame rate increases, boom.
Yeah. Like we see the thing almost shatter,
yeah.
and I think the crowd around is just like, oh. And
Boy.
yeah, everybody's real impressed. And amongst the impressed folks is actually Daisuke, who is like, holy, whoa! I have never seen anyone make a shot like that. Holy crap!
Oh,
That was awesome!
gosh, what a strange coincidence. I've never done anything like that before. That was wild.
Yeah,
Wow.
and the attendant is like, congratulations, miss. You win one of the grand prizes. Take your pick.
Oh no, what are the options for the grand prizes?
I think maybe
A giant teddy bear.
no,
Mhm.
a giant spooky cat.
Giant spooky cat. It's gotta be like 2 really cute things
Yeah.
and one like
Yeah, there's
like one thing that you would actually want.
Yeah, I think there's like a really pretty ornamented like maneki neko figure.
Mm-hmm.
And probably a giant teddy bear, and then like I don't know, some sort of weird leftover Halloween decoration.
I think okay, so leftover Halloween decoration. So
Or
this
like
It's like a dagger.
a black rose centerpiece.
it's like a fucking black rose crown or something.
Yeah,
awful.
yes, a black rose crown that would be right at home in any visual K video.
Oh no. Okay, so we see Miyu start to reach for the black rose crown, just kind of instinctively. And
Would you say that's act under pressure?
that's an interesting question. Okay, that sounds like a
I
roll.
think so. If you're trying to resist like going with your gut, that's absolutely act under pressure.
Okay. Oh boy, I have to remember what the rules are for this game. Hang on.
Roll
what
plus
is it?
cool.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
No, charm is the one I have negative in. I have 0 cool.
Okay. Oh, shit.
and yeah.
Oh no. What happened?
It's a 4 and a 1, so 5.
I love it when like the dice tell the story. Like you know what's going to happen, but the dice are like, yeah, okay.
Mark experience?
I don't think you mark
Okay.
experiences on a miss, do you?
I think that's how
I think
it
we
works.
we do end of session, and if a move says to mark experience,
Yeah.
then mark
All right,
experience.
Well,
Well,
apparently nothing happens.
I mean, anytime a player misses a move, you get to make a move as a keeper.
Well,
So you get to make shit worse and more complicated.
well,
A pain in the butt. I think in the background we probably see Ginji being like as Daisuke succeeds and hands her the pin, it's like, look, it's going fine, we can go home. And then Miyu picks up the gun and he's like, oh no, she's gonna shoot him.
So I think we does Ginji like actually call out to Daisuke just instinctively to
No, because he doesn't want to blow his cover.
Yeah.
But I think he goes, Eiko, we have to do something, she's gonna kill him.
I mean, that is an interesting way for this to possibly resolve, though. If they create some sort of distraction, accidentally or otherwise, you can still fail and initially grab the crown and then catch herself while Daisuke is distracted and then go for something else.
Yeah. So
That's true. Do you like how deep does the instinct to protect your best bro run?
what is the distraction?
Pretty. So yeah, maybe Ginji starts like going for it. It's like, no, I gotta get him. Eiko's like, no, stop.
Literally, like she grabs his collar, but she's like 5 feet nothing.
Mhm.
So just like his feet go out from under it.
Yeah, so I think she grabs him and causes him to stumble, and like you kind of crash into, I think it's probably sort of a pack of other bros. We'll call them. They're not nice looking guys though. And I think one of them's like, hey! Yeah, exactly. These are the dudes that are dressed like hip hop style now, which is, you know.
Oh no!
The fucking what's the hairstyle?
Pompadour?
Yes.
Yep. They're those
The
guys.
super huge pompadour.
Yeah. Super huge pompadour.
God.
One of them has a chain belt.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all just dressed like fucking JoJo characters.
So they turn and like start to make a ruckus because Genji's bumped into them, and then like one of them looks at Eiko and they're all quiet.
Yeah, I think they reach down to pick up Ginji and is like, hey, what are you doing? And
I'm so sorry.
it's like,
Hey, Eiko, just
are you though? I don't think you're sorry enough.
just like puts a hand on this guy's arm to get his attention.
I think we see them all kind of look down, and we don't really see Eiko. We just see like their reaction. We're like, what the hell, man? Oh, she's freaking me out! And they just kind of scatter. And you are left back on your feet, Genji, as these guys.
But a pack of guys with pompadours did totally just run screaming away. So that
Yeah, so there's just like in general this kind of jostling of the crowd that sort of somebody ends up bumping into Daisuke and he's kind of distracted momentarily. Miyu.
Okay, so Miyu goes in and briefly grabs the crown and has it in her hands, like, and then starts to turn towards Daisuke, and the moment she like actually like sees him and remembers where she is, just and drops the crown, I think entirely, and grabs the teddy bear is funnier. Grabs the giant teddy bear.
Oh, geez.
Holds that very, very tight. And like, so when Daisuke is turning back to her, she just has a very, very stiff, like, everything is fine.
Yep. She's like, I love it.
I love it. It's so cute.
He's like,
Cute.
wow. Yeah, it's super cute. That's gonna be a heck of a thing to bring back on the train. That's cool. Are you hungry? We should eat. I mean, if you want to.
Yes, definitely. Should get away from here and go eat.
Yeah, totally. Come on. And he'll kind of like lead you off through that crowd a little.
Okay.
I think we see like a frame where Daisuke and Miyu have exited one side and the frame is empty briefly, and then you don't see Eiko, of course, but you do see Ginji like bobbing along.
Yep.
As he's dragged across the screen.
Yep. So we'll kind of fast forward through the date a little bit. Lunch is fine unless you have anything in mind.
No, I just have an idea for how to get us to the haunted house once we get there, but if
Okay.
there's some stuff before then.
Yeah, you go through a few other rides, which is slightly challenging sometimes with the giant teddy bear because you have to hand it off to like the operator and then come back and reclaim
Every
it.
single shot we have so far is with like it would be in like the shoujo manga, it would be like a totally normal, really cute like
Mhm.
picture
'Cause you
montage
have
shot, but
this
instead it's just a
giant teddy
giant fucking teddy
Oh
bear.
my
like
god.
it's
Is this just
essentially
like
acting as a third wheel in this entire thing. Like
no. Is this just like the Nozaki-kun where they like add the fucking tanuki into every panel?
yes. Yes, it's exactly like that.
Oh no.
And then Ginji and Eiko in the background, like on the ride, just a couple cars back.
What if, I have an idea.
Yeah.
What if it was like, we have to get rid of that teddy bear?
Oh no.
Uh,
Oh no.
well, I mean, if she's handing it off to operators, it could like accidentally fall.
Yeah. So I think
On- Like the railing for the roller coaster or something.
Oh my god, please decapitate this teddy bear.
yes.
I mean, you said it, not me.
I think Ginji sees Eiko going for it, and like instead of Eiko grabbing Ginji and being like, "Come on," Ginji grabs Eiko and it's like, "No, can't ruin this."
Yeah, so
She
Yes.
just turns and she looks at him. It's getting in the way.
No,
Oh, no.
no, teddy bears are a very normal date thing. Normal date.
okay.
Normal date. Imagining what happened in the manga. Normal date.
Mhm. So, I think you guys, the date, our daters, opt to go on like a ride that's there. Maybe just I don't know, one of those like little
Probably
thrill-
like a coaster or something.
yeah, like a little mini coaster type of situation. So they hand off the bear to
Miyu is definitely starting to like have the I've made some decisions and some decisions were not correct. Like,
I made a terrible mistake.
yeah. I think it's
I
some.
mean, calculations, but boy, am I bad at math.
yeah, exactly.
I think that's like for most of this. Daisuke definitely has been the one holding it
Oh,
because
Aw.
he like took it after you got it. It's like, oh no, I can carry it. It's fine. But he's like kind of awkwardly holding this thing the whole time and trying to
It's
make.
like it's Daisuke's voice is speaking to Miyu on the through the teddy bear.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
and
they
it
can't have a normal conversation anymore.
if the bear wasn't there, they might be holding hands. You don't understand.
We have to get rid of that bear.
yeah. So
I can like big whammy this. Can make the bear go away
yes.
Yes, you can.
without even moving.
Do it. So what? Yeah, we see them walking toward a ride, and Eiko makes this decision of, we have to get rid of this bear.
The bear has
We gotta take care of him.
Yeah,
Here's the thing that happens. I think that like really drives that decision. I think at one point when Daisuke is like turning to talk to you, he almost like clubs Miyu with the bear because it's just so unwieldy.
Well, and I think also when he does that, I think Miyu reacts like unnaturally fast, like Monster Hunter reflexes fast.
Yeah. He's like, oh, sorry. Jeez, I'm so clumsy sometimes.
Okay, you're right. The bear has to go.
And Eiko, like, all she does is lift her hand, and, like, Ginji might feel, like, a little bit of breeze kick up around her, because that's the way her magic works. And, that's not, that's a 12.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It missed-
Nothing gets in the way of this date.
So
Just do you death note the teddy bear?
like, yeah, describe.
Like you curse it with a terrible state.
Oh my god.
Teddy bear's eyes start bleeding.
What cold it is.
Jeez.
So, big whammy, you can use your powers to kick some ass, roll plus weird instead of tough. The attack has 2 harm, close, obvious ignore armor on a miss, magical backlash, but with a 12, I don't think I missed.
Okay.
A stuffed animal, so.
Okay. So I think what we end up seeing happen is I'm just gonna take this running gag and go with it. As Eiko is doing her creepy thing. What does this look like as she's doing her creepy magic?
God, I can't remember what her image color is. I feel like it's red. I don't know. But I do think behind her mask, you see the eyes glow.
There's like this red flash.
Yeah.
And like, we see sort of like a little bit of a black aura of...
yeah.
And hear the fluttering of birds, probably.
Mm-hmm. You might hear bird wings or bird chirping.
We hear a crow.
Yeah.
The entire color palette changes on that shot, the background and everything.
Yeah, it goes grayscale for a hot minute.
Let's go.
Wait, but for the red.
See Eiko start to float off the ground like she does when she uses her powers. Back down.
Wait, hold on. It's black and white except for Eiko's glowing red eyes.
Right,
and
right.
also the very cute red bow tie on the teddy.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Yep. And I think as that happens, we actually hear like the shouts of those bros from before, who happen to be passing nearby, and they see like creepy girl getting extra creepy, and they kind of freak and run, bumping into Daisuke and the teddy bear and sort of knocking it out of his arms, and I think it rolls. It tumbles onto like the roller coaster track.
And is decapitated.
Yup.
We got like a slow-mo shot of the head. Like a super happy teddy bear head.
Yeah, and just the stuffing.
Does the head just like roll like to stop? Well, whose feet does the head stop at?
Ginji's.
And he just looks down, looks up, looks down, picks up the teddy bear head. Look, dear! Look what you won! Oh, you must be so happy to have gotten this. I know you have been looking at that teddy bear the entire time we've been here. He holds it out to her.
Does Miyu see this?
That's a good question.
I would assume they are far enough away that...
I mean, you at least see a guy and his kid.
You see a guy and
I don't
his
think
kid.
I recognize.
Yeah.
Who was, maybe floating a few seconds ago, but...
You didn't see that. She's on the ground.
No.
Just getting in the way.
Yeah. I do like the idea that like just the entire way that the anime is shot changed for like this 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets to Genji picking it up and offering the teddy bear head to Eiko. And then the shot pans to Eiko's face and everything's normal again. And she's still creepy as hell because,
Because
child
Eiko.
funny mask. And also Eiko. And she takes it.
And Genji shouts loudly over his shoulder. He's like, I think he's got his back to Miyu and Daisuke. So he shouts loudly, "Come, daughter, I will buy you an ice cream."
Talking like the way nobody in real life speaks to their
Come,
kids.
child of mine.
Very heightened language,
Oh
but
God.
to his kid.
Oh my God. Yep, that's...
Yeah. And she just, is kind of like transfixed by this teddy bear head, but like follows him if he.
Yeah. I think we cut back to like Daisuke and Miyu, and Daisuke's like, I'm sorry. Okay, Man, that was weird.
Yeah.
We could go back later and try to win another if you want.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. It's a funny story.
Huh.
Just,
Yeah. Well, I hope she enjoys her bear head, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Miyu kind of looks over there and is like,
it's like, no way.
They would
no way.
never.
They would never.
No, Genji would never give up time studying.
So, what do you want to go see next?
I think Miyu kind of looks around, and so I think actually what happens here is there's like a fun house or something, like something like pretty normal and like cute and standard datey. And I think this might actually like be what in the manga happened next.
Is it next door to the haunted house?
It is in fact right next door to the haunted house. And so I think Miyu turns to Daisuke and come on, let's check out that one next.
Oh yeah,
and
sure.
then I think as they're walking past, Miyu starts walking and then kind of like
Rubbernecks past the haunted house.
yeah.
Do you want to do the haunted house?
Huh?
The haunted house we just passed. That looked pretty cool.
Haunted house. I don't. Well.
I mean, if that's not your thing and it's like too scary, that's fine. It just was a thought.
Oh, it's not too scary. I think we have like a small chibi shot of Miyu like thinking, going, "What would Genji do? What would Genji do? What would Genji do?"
You imagine Genji running away, screaming from the haunted house.
Yeah, I think while Miyu is sort of there thinking, Daisuke kind of pauses and like, hey, those are probably gonna take a while. I'll be right back. Gonna hit the bathroom. And he kind of trots off, and we catch it, like, we cut back to where he is, and he's like hastily texting Genji. Like, is it bad to take a girl to a haunted house? Is that like not cool? Or like, is that too creepy or scary or weird? Help me out, man.
I think, yeah, Genji replies, oh man, is she trying to drag you into the haunted house? I'm sorry. There's a thing. And like, waits for a response.
He's like, no, I was thinking, I suggested it, but she kind of hesitated, so I was thinking maybe she's too scared, and now I look like an asshole. Do I look like an asshole?
Oh, no, bro. No, you're fine. Actually, that's a really good idea. Maybe it'll be scary, and then she'll be scared, and then, I don't know, you can, like, hold hands or something. It's a great idea.
And I think there's, like, a pause, and we sort of, like, see Daisuke on his side, just like... And he texts back, like, you are so awesome.
So where are Eiko and Ginji in all of this? They're somewhere nearby.
We're getting an ice cream, daughter.
Yeah, you guys are at the ice cream stand getting an ice cream, daughter. So I think Genji's like caught up texting. Yeah.
Over.
I think Genji's caught up texting when it comes up to your guys' turn, so Eiko has to like pay for the has to pay for the order.
Okay, so Eiko definitely like points at the ice creams.
What do you want, sweetie? That's a very nice mask. You have there.
Absentmindedly pats your head. She's a good girl.
Uh-huh. And for you, sir?
A good daughter of mine.
Haunted house. What she's having.
Okay.
What's she having?
A scoop of mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Okay.
The best ice cream.
Yes.
Yeah, the best. And we just see, like, so she hits the ice creams over, and we see Eiko give out, like, however many yen.
Yeah.
Just, like, very slowly without breaking eye contact.
you go, dear.
Ginji absentmindedly reaches over and pats her head. Thank the nice lady.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
What?
Next.
Then he flips the phone closed. Okay, Eiko, we have a problem. They're going into the haunted house.
I will say I think Eiko also got a text.
Oh no! Okay.
Oh, Daisuke was gone.
Yeah. So what's
All
this
right.
look like?
He
All
says
right.
something. Bing!
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so oh man, I think it's like nearly the exact same text that Daisuke sent, all like word for word, but just enough changed. Like
It's just like, I wanted to go in the haunted house, and I think he noticed, and what do I do?
I noticed and I can't. What do I do?
Mhm.
Is this weird? It's good.
We see like an imagination bubble pop up over Eiko's head, and she has a very similar thought to Ginji. Like, they can hold hands. In the haunted house.
Do we see like her image of Daisuke and Miyu holding hands, or like is it like a short play-by-play of like something scary and Miyu acting scared and hanging onto Daisuke's
Yeah.
arm?
Yeah, something scary happens, and Miyu like acts scared and clings to Daisuke's arm. And I think that's what she tells it. Oh yeah, that's what she tells Miyu. It's like it'll be it'll be a good chance to act scared, and you'll get to hold his arm, and that is a super normal thing that happens in shoujo manga.
Genji's holding the ice cream. What are you saying? What are you telling her?
A chance to hold hands.
Oh, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Cut to Miyu, steam coming out of ears.
It's like hold hands. What?
Huh? Huh?
And I think
Have to hold his hand the whole time, and then jump into his arms when you get scared.
Literally into his arms. So are the shoujo manga version of Daisuke and Miyu in Eiko's mind, like drawn slightly, like much more hand drawn style,
Very-
Much more hand drawn,
like, very
style,
smart.
years
everything.
older.
Very large eyes.
And like the very large eyes, and like the super sparkly, like
mhm.
God, I'm thinking like Kurikano eyes for some reason.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's
Yeah.
like, and when we hear it, we hear like Miyu's voice, but it's like all nice and soft.
Yeah, all cutesified.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
shoujo hair
Everything
eyes.
just has like a softer edge to it, and there's like flowers in the background of every panel.
God.
It's just
Mhm.
yeah. So she's like, everything that like Eiko is hearing right now is getting like super romanticized in her head, and then it's coming out. So
I love the inside of Eiko's brain so much.
Me too.
so yeah, like haunted house. It can be closer. Sparkly. Anyway.
Yeah, so Miyu, you get this text of like, and if you get scared, you should jump into his arms.
Yeah, so I think like we got the sequence of texts that was first like great enthusiasm. So we see like the expression on Miyu's face go from really, really like panicked and nervous to excited and happy. To and also you can hold his hand and jump into his arms, etc. Full on like right back to panic, but now also blushing.
And that is what Daisuke walks back to as he's pocketing his phone. He's like, sorry about that. Hey, are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Haunted house?
House? Yeah, totally. Come on, let's go. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Fun.
So we see those two head inside.
And then Eiko like drags Ginji behind, like it is like
Yep.
the most logical thing
Yeah,
in the world.
like
We're
a
going
few-
in there too.
a few people behind in the queue we
Yeah.
see
Mhm.
bartender and his daughter. Bartender and his masked daughter.
we get like stopped at the entrance, being like, "Sir, I don't this is a scary thing. It might not be appropriate.
Yeah.
Eiko just looks up at the attendant.
Yeah. Tate, go ahead. Have a good time.
Just like, the man has a point, sweetie. Like, it does seem really scary.
And I think as we head inside the darkness of the haunted house, we will go to break.
Awesome.
So we'll see you all in a few minutes.
This is fun.
Hello again, friends. We are back. And the date continues. Because it has so far been uninterrupted by weirdness, except for Miyu's teddy bear prize getting decapitated for no particular reason.
Executed. Just so we're clear.
That was very normal.
That was extremely normal.
That was definitely fine. Look, so far it's the only casualty, so that's okay, I guess.
So that's good. No one else died horribly by execution and decapitation in this nice date episode.
That is not something
So that's cool.
save for other episodes, though. So
That is actually
That's
true.
fair.
That is actually true.
Well, no one's tried to go to the bathroom yet. Let's be careful.
I mean, technically, Daisuke,
Went to the bathroom.
I don't think he actually did, though.
Text his friend.
Yeah.
but he told me he was going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Did she worry?
It's fine.
Oh, she definitely. Oh, that's a really good point.
I'm afraid he might die.
A slight moment of panic.
He's been gone for 5 minutes. Is he deid? I don't know. What if Akamoto got him? Jesus. So, it's fine. Let us resume. Y'all are gonna go into the haunted house, I do believe. Which is a very creepy haunted house. I think this is a really, it's one of the biggest things in the park. In this amusement park. It's there's a section that is very traditionally Western graveyardy nonsense, and then as you advance it gets into Japanese ghostly stuff. And looks like some old street, like an old red light district in Edo or something super picturesque. But at the beginning it's just, creepy, dark, haunted house stuff. And it's the usual things where you turn a corner and someone jumps in, comes at you, and we see the normal couples, I think just ahead of Miyu and Daisuke, there is a normal couple who are also on a date, and one of the performers, jumps out and is like, ah! And we see her go, ah! And she shrieks and grabs her boyfriend, and he sort of pulls her aside, and they hurry on. And I think the performer kind of comes at you, Miyu, and is trying to get at you. What does Miyu do? It's dressed like a zombie, so he's all made up and creepy and undead looking and gross.
I think, oh man, this might be another. Well, no, if he's obviously dressed up as a person, I think Miyu actually was observing the couple up ahead more than anything. So I think she does the exact same thing, only it's noticeably the exact same shriek as close as she could make it, and on like a half second too late.
So we see him go, ah!
Ah! And I think she makes the motion to jump at Daisuke, but she doesn't actually do the thing.
Yeah. And Daisuke, I think we sort of see him look over and it's come on.
Yeah, no, it wasn't all that scary, was it? Gotta give him some payoff.
Yeah, totally. And
You and Ginji come around the corner. Ah! Oh God!
Yup.
Yeah, so then
Ginji tries to jump into Eiko's arms.
Ginji just pushes Eiko in front.
And we see Ginji freak out and push Eiko in front when the guy comes out, and I think
Eiko doesn't even flinch.
Eiko doesn't react at all.
No.
And the zombie's huh. And just kind of backs off.
Okay. Yep.
And you carry up. Yes, and then there's the sound of an angry cat somewhere in the distance. Because cats are spooky, right?
Eiko, I think there's a cat in here.
Are you trying to distract me?
No, from what? It's a haunted house.
And I think she like
Hi, Percy.
no, I think she like gives him a look as much as Eiko gives anyone a look, I guess, and just keeps pulling him along.
So yeah, you proceed onward, and I think as our good date couple comes to.
So I had an idea actually
is-
about that.
Yeah, what is your idea?
So we had the idea, like there was a concept tossed around earlier about Daisuke actually being kind of secretly into this haunted ghost stuff, and so I think like at about the third jump scare, Miyu slips up for the first time and like actually comments on like the authenticity of someone's costume or something. I'm like, well, no, obviously, like, this species of bat has, like, I don't know, like, a different sort of fur or whatever. Like, she says something super nerdy that's very specifically in, like,
She's like,
this
oh, that's
kind
so
of
obviously
wheelhouse.
fake.
Yeah, real ones have 4 stripes, etc., etc. And Daisuke absentmindedly maybe agrees and actually also knows this thing. So,
He
and I
points
think,
out a second detail.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and they also definitely don't have whatever the heck that was supposed to be.
right, exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
And not that I
yeah.
just read it in a book one time.
Yeah, totally. I think I saw it on a video or something. I don't know. You know. Come on.
Yeah. And so I think that's been kind of just happening the further they go into this house. And so by the time they reach like whatever the next plot thing is, they're actually like having an actual conversation and actually talking like normal people.
Yeah, and I think
holding hands. Not yet.
Are they holding hands?
I think not yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're definitely
Ginji is
They
walking-
are approaching the
they're-
point where it wouldn't be awkward for them to do
Yeah.
so.
And they're totally walking a little closer together now.
Mm-hmm.
He's absolutely gripping Eiko's hand with all of the terror.
Yeah, how is Ginji doing? Do we need to like?
Right there, Ginji.
Do we need to roll plus cool?
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh my god!
Also, are you still wearing your sunglasses inside this haunted
Yes.
house?
Yes, he is. I'm having a real hard time seeing where he's going.
Well, like, what did you get? Oh no.
Oh, 9. That's okay. On a
Okay,
second
all right. You're
Well,
doing
worst
all right.
outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. So I'm trying to be okay with the scary haunted house and just walk through it, right? Just get to the end. So what worst outcome, hard choice, or price to pay?
Okay, I think since you're trying to walk around here with sunglasses on, which good luck being able to see anything. I think a fair chunk of the reason you're getting so spooked is because you literally don't see them coming.
Yep.
And I think maybe as you are following along after them, you actually end up going a little too far ahead and sort of bump into Daisuke in the back, but it's dark in here. So like you bump into him and you hear like, oh hey, sorry. What?
Oh, sorry, young man. Hey, where are you? Like turns around and starts walking the wrong way to the haunted house.
Eiko, you see Ginji just literally bumped into Daisuke, got way too close, and is now walking off toward like one of the side areas where the performers are supposed to come out of.
I think I just like put my hand up next to my face like it's going to block anyone from seeing me and like follow him. It's like, Dad.
What? Yes.
Father.
Yes, daughter. Child.
Child of mine.
Child of mine that belongs to me.
Your
But I am the father of.
father is very worried for you. This is bringing back so many memories of when your mother left me.
God.
I am here for depressed salaryman Ginji.
I mean, that's the life he knows.
And so I think Eiko catches up to him and like takes his hand again and like gives it like a comforting pat. Like her hands are like hella clammy and cold. Dry.
Not comforting at all.
He gets a shiver.
Yeah, she pats, and I think we see like a shiver just
Yeah.
like vibrate up Ginji. Kind of like goes black and white, bluish.
Just like smooth the slicked hair back down.
Yep. And the other two carry on, and you two are daters, are walking across the bridge. Eiko, your vision comes back to you in stark relief as you see something rise up out of the water as they start to cross over the bridge, and it seems to be putting weird little webbed hands onto the side of the bridge, creeping toward Miyu.
Eiko's head snaps around and locks on to the webby little hands, like they're a target. And I think we see like a little glint from behind the mask, a little glint in her eyes. And I think before it even really has a chance to lift itself out of the water, does Eiko know like this is the vision that she had earlier?
I think so. I think it's one of those things where like it feels more than deja vu. Like you are literally seeing it play out before your eyes, but you're here and now, and you know you are.
So for my second use of Big Whammy ever.
Jesus.
Oh boy.
Listen. It has to be perfect, okay? And I am not at all self-aware of the effect that I'm having on this date. So
Everything goes black and white.
Yeah, I think that's just the stock footage that occurs now whenever Eiko uses Big Whammy.
Yep.
God, I can do math. 10. Wait. Yeah, 10.
That's good. 10
yeah.
plus.
Yeah. Cause that means you like kick some ass.
So yeah, it goes black and white, and like the frame rate increases, and Eiko starts like floating off the ground.
So on
What
a 10,
whole Final Destination thing you do to this poor soul?
yeah. So on a 10 plus, you gain the advantage. Take +1 forward, or give +1 forward to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm, +1 harm. You suffer less harm, which we're not doing that for this, cause whatever. And you force them where you want them.
Or you pick one.
Yeah, you pick one of those.
Okay, hang on, let me get eyes on those.
It's the Hunter Ref Sheet 1.
Yeah, kick some
On the
ass.
left.
Under basic moves.
Kick some ass. Kick all of the ass, apparently.
Yeah.
Kick every ass in a
Don't-
10-mile radius.
Don't fuck with Eiko when she's protecting someone's date. Jesus.
No!
I think terrible harm applies here. And in Big Whammy, the attack has a 2 harm, close, obvious, ignore armor. Which I'm sure means something in the context of the book that I'm not.
Yeah, so
So is that 3 total or 2?
it's 3 total. It's 2, and then if you're picking inflict terrible harm, it gets a +1 up to 3.
Okay, all right. So
Okay. Yeah, so you like you're her unbeknownst to Daisuke and Miyu, who are starting to move on.
If it's obvious, does it make a noise?
I do think there is like I do think that you see like this. Well, there is the chance to see like this arc of red energy like zip out, and there is definitely the sound of something hitting the water really hard. And if the kappa makes a sound,
Yeah, I think we sort of see like the power that you sling at this thing like picks it up out of the water and just wings it against one of the set buildings on the opposite shore of this little fake river.
Mm-hmm.
And we just hear "Ah!" and a crash and a splashing sound as the water like dumps out of the little bowl on this kappa's head, and it's like lying there splayed on its back shell.
Just like twitching.
You don't know what that means. It sounds like a name. Miyu might know what that is, though, because it's probably a yokai.
Probably?
Probably, definitely.
Probably, definitely. Yeah, I mean, if I heard that.
Mm-hmm. You probably heard that.
Yeah.
Do you have a thing where you know things?
An expert move.
I think... Sorry, yeah, I was...
I think you do.
I think that I do...
Ah.
There's a thing, like, I've read about this before.
Yeah, when you act under pressure. So, having heard that, knowing Miyu needs to, like, resist and be normal, would you like to roll?
That's it. That's interesting, yeah.
You can
going over to this thing.
Yeah, you can roll sharp instead of cool when you act under pressure.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, I'm super into this date. Oh, that's another 12.
Okay. So I'm gonna,
You look deeply into Daisuke's eyes.
I mean, this was attempting to prevent a handhold.
Yeah. So, you know the name Keijoro is the name of a very specific yokai, and I just gave you all the information you need in the chat.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, so, Okay, so let's back up a little bit and set the scene for what happened right before this kappa thing went down, because I was attempting to prevent.
It was trying to prevent the perfect moment, right?
The perfect moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think maybe this is another moment where because on the other side of this bridge, let's assume that's where it sort of phases into the much more traditional Japanese looking stuff. And there are like yokai in them thar sets. And I think maybe we sort of see, like, we the audience see Daisuke and Miyu both sort of get excited in the same way at the same time.
They both just like pause on the middle of this bridge and like stars in eyes, shoujo bubbles start to fill the background. Yeah,
as we pan across, we see like various types of yokai, including some little kappa, like probably fake animatronic-y things, like sitting on the edge of the bank. This one was real, however. And there's like in front of maybe one of these like tea house areas, we see a lady that's dressed sort of like a courtesan with her hair really, really long. It looks like she's maybe facing away. And looking very elegant as she smokes her pipe, and there are other strange creatures walking about, and it's just so picturesque, such a good scene out of like an old scroll. And both of you are super excited about this. And then I think we see you both sort of look at each other, remembering you need to like tone down the excitement. Should we
looks
really
pretty
spooky.
Spooky.
Yeah. So come on, and I think we sort of see Daisuke start to reach for your hand. And that's probably when the kappa started like creeping up.
Perfect.
Does Miyu let him take her hand with the kappa like dealt with?
Yeah, so I think there's like a half second that what that under pressure roll was there's a half second of investigate. But no. Investigate or date. Investigate or date. Date. And
that could have different meanings in different contexts.
We'll get to that episode eventually.
Yes, we
But for now, I think Miyu does let him take her hand, and they run forth into this yokai
Wonderland.
paradise.
All right. Meanwhile,
Ginji is standing.
our date defenders.
Genji is standing there looking at Daisuke, and we just see him like with the one fist raised and tears streaming down his face. I'm so proud.
I think if we can answer Eiko's vision for a moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what does this look like from Eiko's point of view?
God, please.
It is
Oh my god.
aggressively pink. Just like so like the actual lighting in this haunted house is like super dim and janky and jarring, right? Because haunted houses. But in Eiko's mind, it is all beautiful, warm, sunset colors. And we see her like I think we even like see her eyes shine behind the mask for like just a second. And there's just like this sense of like a job well done. Yes. They held hands.
Yep. And they walk on holding hands.
And they fuck on holding hands.
All right, we did it. So we just need to get through the haunted house, and then can we go home after this, please?
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness.
So, as y'all proceed through, I think, as you head onward toward where the little tea house is, and we see that woman smoking, Miyu, you definitely remember hearing a kappa voice say, "Keijoro," and you know that is the name of a particular variety of yokai. That they seem to have a demonstration of one here, or an actor in costume. This lady that's dressed very like a courtesan in beautiful, resplendent kimono, and her hair covering her face. It's very like, it's straight up Sadako stuff. And she sort of, the pipe disappears under her hair, and she sort of waves pleasantly. Evening.
Do I know anything about what's supposed to happen when you talk to her, or like things you're supposed to not say?
You know that they are known more for targeting young men. And Ginji is instantly panicking. Is that the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay. Good, I assumed it was the PowerPoint and not the sword.
Hold on.
Time to stan his bro. But yes, they are known for targeting young men, and usually just attacking them. They're not known to be particularly fatal. They are just not nice. And usually they sort of have a allure about them with that strange, like, the mystery of their appearance. They sort of have a natural magnetism that draws people to them. And you do see Daisuke kind of stop, and he's like, wow, that's a really good-looking costume.
Yeah, so I think what this looks like then is Miyu actually starts to explain all of that, and starts to go on this whole like, oh yeah, well, they have this kind of natural magnetism to them, and they say as they start walking subconsciously towards this person, and apparently they're supposed to target young men and etc etc etc, and
as that is happening, we actually sort of see tendrils of her hair like sliding down, like shadows on the ground, wrapping around Daisuke's ankles, and then shunk,
yeah,
and we
just
see
a lot
him
like
like,
that. What?
I was like, what the? This is pretty realistic. And she starts to drag him closer, and we see her Say, now you'll pay! What do our date defenders do? You see this creepiness happening right before your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Daisuke leaps to like the apex of the bridge, right? And just shouts, "Hey!" And we're seeing like there's a gleam off the sunglasses, and a guitar like starts going. It is I don't know
like
what
the big damn entrance or whatever the hell it is.
I mean, I don't have the move, so I'm not going to get the mechanical
Bummer.
benefits. But yes,
Bummer.
he's spent this entire time not playing to type, and he's doing it now. And he's got the katana in hand.
We have found the thing that makes him act like the fucking chosen. Apparently it's Daisuke.
Bro, Daisuke.
It's not any of his friends in Ghost Club. It's his bro, Daisuke.
I ship it.
I'm on this date, but I'm like, this isn't the OTP, guys. The OTP is very clear.
I get Nakamura draws the sword. Descendant of the 47 betrayer samurai will strike you down.
I think so Genji jumped up onto the apex of this bridge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think Eiko is just like he's got like an aura, like a heroic aura around him and everything right now. And then you like pan down to Eiko, who's just staring.
And I think like there are other people, like other fairgoers in this haunted house right now, and I think they are stopping on the other side of the bridge watching this, assuming maybe this is like part of the show. That there's like this weird anime as hell showdown in the middle of this haunted house. So there's just a lot of like really polite clapping. What does Eiko do?
What has she been doing this entire episode?
Just creepy and big whammy?
Gee.
Gee.
Well, she's been staring things down, yeah. I think Eiko's gonna try to cut Daisuke down.
Okay. Yeah, so
By kicking
what's
him.
Miyu doing?
That depends on a number of things.
Okay. Ginji, Ginji, are you gonna like actually jump in?
I'm gonna
and
fight a
attack?
monster.
You're gonna fight.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm fighting a monster.
Okay. Gotta protect your bro. Because she is definitely like dragging him closer, and like her pipe has like changed to reveal a blade.
Oh Jesus, yeah, no.
Oh boy.
I would like to stab a creepy lady at some point.
Okay. So you can act first since you jumped up and did your big damn speech.
What are you doing, Miyu?
I said it was going to depend on a number of things. So one of those things. Can Daisuke see everything right now?
I mean, he's kind of being dragged closer and is like actively struggling. I think at very first he was like, this is actually pretty aggressive, but okay, I'm into it. And then,
This haunted house is hardcore.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He was like, wow, this is the coolest haunted house ever. And then he's sort of realized that this is apparently not normal. And is now actively like, oh, okay, this is not cool anymore. That's real. That is sharp. Nope. And so there's a lot of that happening.
In that case, I think Miyu actually probably. I'm trying to decide if she would recognize Ginji and Eiko, or if your disguises. I think it's funnier if your disguises are actually effective, honestly. So I don't think she does.
Okay.
Do you want us to roll for it?
Should
I mean,
like we can assume she knows this is a real live actual fucking
Yeah.
yokai.
Yeah,
But she can't recognize her friends in disguise.
They're
exactly.
real monster hunters.
Right. Well, I think actually, in that case, she probably just tries to take on this monster. I think she actually before realizing that this is an actual yokai, once Daisuke started yelling, I think she actually just charged and was like, "Let him go!"
Mm-hmm.
And just with her schoolgirl self,
Just like,
yeah.
okay, yeah. So I think we actually see more hair tendrils actually grab at your wrists, Miyu, and try to restrain you.
That's fair.
After that excellent attack. So Ginji, are you kicking?
Stand aside, totally normal girl.
Yeah,
And,
roll to kick some ass.
Yep. I get to roll with a +3 now.
Okay.
Watch me miss.
Okay.
Oh shit! Never mind.
It's the opposite of a miss.
Oh.
It's an 11. Yeah.
Oh damn. Okay.
So on a 10 plus, +1 damage, give a +1 to somebody else, -1 harm to myself. Like I care about taking damage or force them somewhere that I want them. I would like to hit her very hard with a sword.
Okay.
So that's going to be
How much harm?
3 + 1, 5 harm.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think we see that like blue fire that we saw in the ghost realm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we
Wisping
see
off of the sword.
the sword comes to life with a bluish flame as you swing at it, and more of her hair sort of comes up to block the way, and it cuts right through, and you hear her kind of shriek, and as the hair falls, you see it like writhing sort of like a snake on the floor on its own until it just sort of falls limp. And she definitely takes some harm.
How much harm does she deal back?
She, in retaliation, more
One
of...
armor?
Huh?
2. I have 2 armor.
Okay. In retaliation, more of her hair kind of shoots past the blade at you and tries to like whip you. And it feels like steel thread. You get a little bit of a cut, and she deals 3 harm. So,
All right, reduced down to 1. Okay, I can survive. I can take a few more of those.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And somewhere in the distance, a cat
And then
yells.
that one cat fully plays again in the haunted house. It's just like there's a speaker that plays a loop every once in a while.
Yeah. What is Eiko doing?
I think she is going to try to hex.
Okay.
Which is I think Big Whammy is technically like close range. But like Hex also has a 2 harm option, so
Okay.
I don't really know. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah, do your hex.
That's good.
So use magic. What did you get?
4, 5, 6, 7. 7.
7. Where's use magic? Here we go. Okay.
So I choose an effect and a glitch?
Yep, it works imperfectly. Choose a glitch. Or no, choose your effect and a glitch. So it can be weakened, short duration, you take 1 harm, or it draws immediate unwelcome attention, or has a problematic side effect.
I think I will choose to inflict 1 harm, which then I believe stacks with the target immediately suffers 2 harm
Yep.
when hexing.
Yep.
And for glitches, which makes the most sense do you guys think? I'm inclined to say take 1 harm.
Is this the big magic or use magic?
Use magic.
Yeah, take one her makes sense. She's got long ass creepy hair.
Yeah.
Maybe like as Eiko is like casting and the obligatory aesthetic bird fluttering noises and stuff, something wraps around her foot, and when the spell dissipates, she gets yanked down to the ground.
Yeah, we see it yanks your feet right out from under you, and you kind of hit the ground a little hard. So go ahead and take 1 harm, and you have dealt 2.
Yes, that
Ooh.
ignore armor.
That's awesome. Y'all are a bunch of badasses.
Apparently.
Apparently.
Okay. So with that, I think she's now looking a little unstable, we might say. Not to use game terms or anything. I figured out how to build monsters, everyone.
Hey!
Hey!
Woo!
And with that blast of magic that severs more of her hair, we see him again just kind of scattering and writhing, like little worms this time, just creeping away. And I think she is hurt enough that she's distracted, and she sort of releases Daisuke and Miyu. So Daisuke's kind of scrambles up and gets to his feet, and he goes over to Miyu. He's like, "Are you okay? Come on, we need to get away from this thing."
Yeah, I'm fine. 1 second. And I think Miyu actually puts one hand back. Hang on 1 second. I've got this. And I think she actually whips out one of her those pieces of paper with the fucking banishment thing on it. And I think she just slaps that on this creature and tries to banish it.
Okay.
We see Ginji like something heavy dropped on him, and then his voice in his head says, "I told her not to bring any weird magic shit."
Go for it.
He was talismans sewn into the hem of her clothes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're new clothes!
She sewed them in last night while she was reading shoujo manga.
Yeah, I think she actually does just draw it from her sleeve or something ridiculous.
She has extra she just stashes where she needs them.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we I guess that's use magic, right?
Yeah, it is using magic. I'm specifically using the banish a spirit or curse from.
Okay.
Where,
Yeah.
I'm thinking this cast the spirit. I don't know.
Roll plus weird.
Magic.
Oh my gosh, my cat.
4, 6, 13. Oh wait, no, 12.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it was a 4 and a 6, and I have a +2.
So. An added benefit.
Okay.
I mean, you
Can also
benefit.
harm?
Well, you wanted to banish it, right?
Yeah, I wanted to banish it, and I think I want to banish it in a way that looks. Oh man, this is hard. I'm not sure if I want Daisuke to find out or not. No, this looks like magic shit. Is what this looks like.
It just straight up looks.
The extra benefit is just that this looks really fucking badass.
Yeah, it looks cool as hell.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think because we've established for sure when Miyu does a magic, she gets her hair flies up super slow-mo and looks really freaking cool. And then you put the seal out, and what does it look like as you banish this spirit? She's coming at you, and you put the seal forth in front of her.
Okay. In that case, I think it creates that super anime wall thing where you see the light splintering out around her, and then she starts to glow brighter. She meaning the monster, until it's the same color as Miyu's, that magenta kind of magic, I think it was.
Yep.
And then she just just disappears.
And we just sort of hear her like, ah! Her scream sort of echo, and then she gone. And I think we hear like the other people have just been all watching this, and they're just like, woo! And like everybody
turns very slowly.
He's just gonna sheath his sword and keep his back to Daisuke and Miyu. They can't see his face. And be like, you did well, young high school students. My partner, Chibiusa, come, we must go.
Eiko like plods over with her hand covering the side of her face like it's going to hell. And takes Ginji's hand.
Yeah, and I think
Do you still have the head of the teddy bear?
oh Jesus. So do you two just like walk out dramatically from the haunted house?
She like bows to a couple of people that are clapping as they walk past, and they like shiver away.
Yeah.
Oh, please tell me one of the haunted house spooks Ginji on the way out.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, like, we get around a corner and somebody jumps out. Oh.
Yep, definitely.
Eiko is like the least comforting person to be in a haunted house with, and I'm so sorry.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. So we see you two walking away. And then we cut back to Miyu. You definitely realize you straight up just used a big ol' magic spell. And Daisuke's just sort of looking at you.
Special effects in here sure are great.
That was, that was super cool.
Huh?
That was awesome! Where did you learn how to do that? That was badass!
I mean, you think? I mean, I just learned it in a book. It's not really anything special, really.
Nothing special. Like, do you work here? And like, you just didn't tell me, or?
Something like that.
Felt real. Like, I mean, I don't really scare easily in these fake ass haunted houses, to be perfectly honest, because they're fake.
Yeah. Super fake.
Right? Like, what? That was a real Keijoro. That was a real yokai.
It certainly seems like it. I don't know how it got in here. They usually...
I don't know.
I wonder... And Miyu actually starts to go into full-on like investigation mode. I think now, and so, like full-on like direct and partially like directing Daisuke around. I think also. Like,
yeah, I think we sort of see we sort of pan back and it goes more montage as we see the two of you like investigating the haunted house, and you eventually find the real kappa that Eiko blasted, lying there motionless and just be like, help. And you know, for instance, it is rendered immobile if the water in its little head bowl is gone, and it's just lying there unable to move.
Serves it right for nearly ruining the perfect moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they do take pity on it, and so between Daisuke and Miyu, they get the they fill the bowl again.
Yeah, I think Daisuke has like a water bottle.
Did they just dump it in the river?
I think Daisuke had like a water bottle. He's like, here you go, little buddy.
Yeah.
And fills it up. And it's just like, I was hoping for a date with Keijoro.
That's gonna be pretty... Oh boy. Well, I know where she went. So
Really?
there's that.
Could you
Yeah.
show me the way?
Probably. She went out the briefly looks to Daisuke. The back exit. Hey, hey Daisuke, can you I think there's still some of that Keiichiro hair over there. Can you bring me some of that just for,
Yeah. Totally.
budget?
And
Yeah,
I
we
think
wanted
he-
to see how they. Yeah.
he goes and heads off to collect some of it.
Yeah. And Miyu turns to the kappa and just goes, shh, and takes out one of the other
Mhm.
pieces of paper and banishes him. I think straight to the
Okay.
same place.
He's like,
Thanks, lady!
that's what we hear as the fire dies away.
See how it works out for you there, bud.
Yeah, good luck, dude.
Good luck.
Um,
And so yeah, when Daisuke comes back at me, it's just yeah,
I
had
got
to
some of the
go.
hair.
perfect. Wow, yeah, they sure have increased production standards around here. I don't know, we should probably
Yeah,
get-
we should maybe get out. We can totally talk about this later, right?
I mean, I guess if you really
Like-
want to know more.
Yes, I want to know more. Like, nobody told me you were a friggin' witch. That's so cool.
I guess. Well, there is this one really cool spell I just learned the other day. If you're really curious, I could maybe show you after.
Yeah, totally.
We should probably get out first, though.
Yeah, it's
There's definitely.
I mean, standing here in the middle of this weird haunted house, and like the Foley sound, I've heard that cat meow like 20 times now. It's getting annoying.
Yeah, and I think Miyu kind of looks around to all these other couples who are trying very hard to be scared and
Mhm.
do the actual haunted house thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think we might be doing something to the ambiance in here.
Yeah, come on. I think he sort of like grabs your hand.
Yeah.
And leads you out. And as we follow, the camera follows those two. The spot where Ginji got a scare does not happen. And we pan the camera over, and the one who was giving a scare was definitely someone in a kitsune mask. And we lift and we see Kokuri-san smoking his little pipe and disappearing in a puff of blue fire. Quite pleased with himself. So y'all are out of the haunted house. Do we need another scene? What do we want to see next?
I
What about
kind
the-
of
what
wanted
about
to
the-
hand
what about
for
the good
Eiko
scene?
to- What?
What about the goodbye scene? What about that? This was a nice date.
Yeah.
What about the?
Yeah.
I just checked chat. Jesus Christ.
That new spell.
Smouch! Oh, God. All right.
Do you want to do that first, or do you want to see the aftermath of the Eiko and Ginji?
Eiko and Ginji. Let's switch back
Whatever
off
that
to
was.
these two.
Let's try to end on a sweet note.
Yeah.
We're sitting in like a ramen shop somewhere. maybe?
Yeah, like I think you guys have successfully averted disaster on the date, it appears. Maybe. You're not sure. Miyu did a magic, so maybe not. I think you went for a round of street food from the fair. As the fair is it's getting closer to closing time. I think you two are sitting on a bench as the people are starting to filter out.
Just like eating takoyaki or something.
Yeah, exactly. Eating like some dango or something.
Genji takes off his sunglasses and puts them in the vest pocket. So that could have gone better.
Yeah.
But we tried our best.
And I think she reaches over and Again, the intention is very much to be reassuring, but it's not. Pats him on the shoulder, like, you did good.
Chibiusa was a good partner.
What did he call himself?
I think he called
Just
him,
said, like Gin Nakamura or something.
it was just Nakamura.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started saying his own name and then like, I'm Nakamura.
Good thing it's a common last name.
Yeah.
I think Nakamura is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and he like looks down at the sunglasses. I don't think I want to be anyone but Genji for a while though.
You're very good at protecting your friends.
I don't know. I mean, good friends are worth protecting.
I think with that we switch over. We sort of see, as you say that, we actually sort of see Miyu and Daisuke walking by, leaving. They have also gotten some food, but they're walking and talking. And I think, Miyu, have you been extolling upon about the spell to Daisuke?
I think they're probably actually. No, I don't think she's talked about the spell yet exactly. I think they're more just talking about like all the stuff that they would have been talking about had they known each other,
Right.
like this whole time.
Date
so,
would have been
like,
a lot more chatty.
yeah, like various haunted houses that Daisuke's been in, like ghost. I don't know. He seems like a ghost tour site. Sort.
Yeah, he's absolutely the type. He's probably like his free time is spent doing like the urban ruin hunting.
Ooh,
like,
yeah.
He goes digging into like the legit abandoned places and is like scoping them out for stuff.
Has he encountered yokai before and stuff?
You know, I think he thinks he has. Whether or not he truly has is up in the air. But he's had some weird experiences. It's just he's never told anybody because, like, nobody would believe him.
Yeah,
until now.
Then I think there's a lot of like, oh well, then that must have been like that sort of thing.
Yeah, so I think he's like telling a story of like, yeah, there was this one, like, it used to be a hospital or something, I guess. I was on vacation in another district with my parents, and like, it was the creepiest thing, but super cool. But there were definitely, I swear I saw ghosts. It was like super creepy. It was real.
Oh, you went there by yourself?
I mean, well, I wasn't like, I would have tried to bring some friends, but it was a family trip, so it was just, it happened to be in the area. I had read about it before, so I figured I'd go check it out. Sure wasn't gonna tell mom and dad about that one.
Yeah, and I think Oh, I'm gonna say that. Okay, I have a thing to do when they get back to whatever place that he leaves her.
Okay.
But I think for the purposes of like the rest of this amusement park, it's literally just like the two of them being big heckin' nerds.
Yeah, giant. They're nerding out real hard together about the spooky stuff.
And so I think we see them pass Eiko and Ginji, and they both like shiver in unison as Eiko turns.
Yeah. And so we carry on, and we sort of cut to you've taken the train home to where he picked you up, and it's sunset at this point. And he's kind of stopping, and he's like, I don't want to like be too forward or anything, but do you want me to walk you home? It's getting kind of dark.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Sweet.
Can't be too careful after dark around here.
I know, right?
Yeah, well, actually, I mean, and then she starts regaling like tales of like real bad monster stuff that's happened after dark around here. And just the other day, and yeah.
Yeah. So I think as sunset turns more to night and you get closer to Miyu's house.
And I think we start to see like the same like shoujo manga panels that the Eiko like this is we're now mirroring almost panel for panel this shoujo manga.
Yeah.
Except like everything that they're talking about is like totally different.
Yeah. Like the conversation, the speech bubbles are full of spooky shit.
Yeah.
But Eiko isn't around, but we see like a little bit of Eiko vision like happening naturally.
So yeah, and I think we get to like the gate of Miyu's house. Well, thanks for today.
You too. That was really, well, most of it was nice, except for the part where you almost got,
Yeah.
killed. But anyway.
I mean, you kind of saved my ass. That was really cool, by the way.
Oh, right! This spell. Well, I don't have time really to show you now, but
well, I mean, if you're not busy next weekend.
You think? Really?
I could make the time. We've got practice like every day next week because we've got a tournament coming up and stuff, but like I can make some time on the weekend for sure. Same time?
Yeah.
Or like, does it need to be nighttime? Because I could do that too after dinner or whatever.
Well, it depends if you... There's probably a smaller chance of you getting caught by a monster again if we don't do it after nighttime.
Okay.
But I guess if you're going to be walking back by yourself, I probably can't give you too much to keep you safe on the walk back, but I can give you a charm.
Oh, alright. Cool.
And she goes up on her tiptoes and kisses him on the cheek and then runs inside.
I think we see him like flush under the street lamp. And then he just is kind of like, see ya next weekend. And then he kind of turns around and starts walking back home. And then what did Ginji and Eiko like follow them all the way back? What did you two do after your...
I think we would have...
I mean, unless Eiko would have been like, oh yes, we must follow and see the...
I think it would have become obvious that like things were going...
So you felt okay about it?
Yeah, well, obviously, like, we dealt with the Kappa, so that omen taken care of.
Yeah. So...
we dealt with a bonus yokai, too, so... Yeah. But Eiko does, like, just before she lays down for the night, she just texts Miyu and, like, very nonchalantly...
How did it go?
Yeah.
That's an interesting question. Does Eiko's creepiness extend through texting? Or is talking to Eiko normal? As long as it's text?
I think it's normal through text. I think it's a proximity thing.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So yeah, she texts that. I think before we see that though, Ginji, as you're getting ready for the evening, you get a text from Daisuke. That's just like, she's the coolest.
Ginji just like looks at his phone. Miyu?
It's like, yup. And
Daisuke Miyu?
Yeah, that conversation extends, and then I think he also texts back like, yeah, totally seeing her again next weekend.
Ginji just puts down the phone. Oh no.
It's like Ghost Club, date defending. What am I gonna study?
Yep.
And Miyu and Eiko. So Eiko texts you, Miyu, asking how it went.
I think all she gets back is, I kissed him, what do I do? I'm gonna need the next, I know it's, I kissed him, I'm gonna need the next volume.
And this is how Miyu becomes a shoujo manga fan.
Well, because I do think the kiss on the cheek was probably also a 2-page spread at the, like, that was the very last page of the manga.
So Eiko, what does this text look like in Eiko vision?
Like a halo of pink light is like around her phone when she reads it. And so and like Eiko, being Eiko, her face doesn't change much, but she smiles. She smiles, and I think we see her eyes just like shine for like a second. And completely contrary to how she looks, Miyu gets like a really excited text back, like, "Oh my gosh, yes, I'll loan you the whole series." And I'm so glad it went well. And then she just like, after does Miyu have a response to that at all?
I think that probably the response is actually pretty normal, like, excited girl talk texting, actually.
Yeah,
like, and also, by the way, I think he knows I can use magic. Like, just as an afterthought at the end.
Yeah. And I think go ahead.
Yeah. And then I think she texts Ginji like, "We did good." Just, "We did good." Pink flower emoji sparkle.
Yeah, I think he sends back like the okay.
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 Okay emoji. Like, yep. We did.
And I think we pan up to the night sky as everyone goes to bed for the evening. And that's our episode.
Cute.
That was so good.
Aww. These
These
sweet kiddos.
That was everything I didn't know I needed.
That was unexpected. Well, no, that was expectedly wholesome, honestly. This is a very creepy monster of the week show.
Extremely creepy, spoopy monster of the week show.
I mean, I don't know. Eiko was pretty scary.
Ask everyone she came into contact with.
Yup.
It's true.
Yeah, so that's our show for the evening. Monster of the Week is our show is monthly. So we will be back again at the end of May for the next episode. And we'll see what these kids get up to then. So let's go around and do outros. Promote any cool nonsense you got going on. Tell us where we can find you out there on the interwebs. And what did you enjoy most about the show this episode? So we will go in reverse order, starting with Julie.
Hello, I am Julie. You can find me at SoftSignal on Twitter and Twitch. I don't really stream myself much, but I pop up here on occasion and sometimes other places. I don't have a lot going on in game worlds at the moment, but tonight was absolutely delightful from top to bottom, honestly. And I just want to thank Em and Dylan both for leaning all the way in with the severe dichotomy.
Yes, everything.
So, thank you for that. And Jess for facilitating that bullshit always. So, yeah.
For facilitating this bullshit that we are.
Listen, that's why I'm here. Excellent. Favorite moment?
I think there were so many good ones, but decapitating the bear was like,
I could see that. Like, I could see the animated, like, the frames. I could see it. It's very good. Awesome. Moving around to M. Same things. Plug your stuff, and what did you enjoy the most in tonight's episode?
So name's M, at HFRE on Twitter, Trevor most other places. I don't really think I have much to plug other than, like, I'm here on this channel occasionally.
Surprise!
Yeah. But man, favorite moment, there was so much good content. But like, just like, Eiko and Ginji as a pair we haven't seen interact a whole lot. So those two, their developing relationship over the course of this and budding friendship was really, really very sweet.
There was like kind of a buddy cop moment at the end there. It was cute.
You're a good partner.
Yeah.
So, speaking of goods, Dylan.
What?
Same questions for you, of course.
Yeah, I am Dylan, aka Anarisis. That's ANARISIS on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Patreon, Itch.io, everywhere. What's going on with me? I stream games a lot of role-playing games. Specifically, tomorrow I will be on Off the Table. That's off_the table at 11 a.m. Pacific, which is
early.
Very early for me.
Gross.
For the penultimate episode of the Ryutama short shot I'm running over there. And yeah, it's we're headed towards some sort of a conclusion, and there's a big question mark of whether the entire party will even be there for the ultimate episode, or whether I will be hosting that on my own.
Oh no!
Summer's having a baby.
Summer.
Eventually, at some point, who knows? Babies are a mystery.
Yeah.
And if you like Ryutama, then you will be extra excited for my game on my channel on Sunday, which is more Ryutama. At 6 Pacific, we will have episode 3 of Legends of Mahoria, which Jess is on. No, wrong way.
Other
Jess.
side. It me.
Along with the aforementioned Summer and some other awesome people. Which if this was too sweet for you, and you just want the drama and the intrigue and the daggers, show up for Legends of Mahoria.
And a lot of hot people, I can confirm. I drew them.
They're so hot. But I will say, if you're familiar with Ryutama, this weekend I will be switching back to my Black Ryujin, and I will be changing his artifact to the dagger.
Fuck.
So, yeah.
I'm not worried.
Get excited.
Neat.
And the last thing I want to mention real quick, though, is that I have signups up right now for a show on Saturdays. Fun Shots. Jess is running a game for it.
I am.
It looks fantastic.
It's also Ryutama.
It is also Ryutama.
Do you guess what our favorite game is?
We have a thing.
There's a thing we do on the internet.
Specifically, Fun Shots is a series of one-shots and short shots in this season, 8 different settings, 8 different systems with 6 different GMs on Saturdays, some of them at noon Pacific, some of them at 5 Pacific, so there are time zones that fit, or time zones that fit multiple time zones. Thank you for linking that, Jess. The signups are closing tomorrow night, so if you would like to come play games with us, please sign up.
Play games with us.
Do it tonight.
Some of us may have signed up for other things.
So,
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
Sweet. Did you have a favorite moment?
Oh yeah, a favorite moment? Eiko Vision, constantly, every part of it. Eiko Vision was great.
Just Eiko Vision always.
To be a fan of myself for a moment, I liked the daughter. Let us go get. Let me buy you an ice cream, daughter.
Honestly, though.
But as M pointed out, I did really like starting to explore the relationship between Eiko and Ginji, because like we've established, Ginji doesn't have a whole lot of close ties to this group. He showed up because he wanted to get closer to Hanako, and then like kind of became friends with Miyu because they were super close. But like, so it was nice to start building that relationship so that we can get more of that interaction.
Meeting more of these kids and getting closer to them is great.
Yeah.
I guess this now brings us to me. Hi, welcome to my channel. This is the kind of shit you're gonna find here most of the time. And in case the spiel that Dylan gave, we like Ryutama a lot around here too. As a matter of fact, we are going to be playing my Ryutama campaign on Sunday here at noon Pacific. It is the season, well, yeah, we'll call it season, disc 1, because I'm framing this like a JRPG, is ending with Sunday. So it is the final chunk of content, and big drama is probably going to happen. So come check that out if you like. Otherwise, you can find me on Twitter and here, obviously, at Little Cup of Joe. You can find me most places on the internet at Little Cup of Joe, but I forget to update basically everything but Twitter. So it's probably your best place to find me. Other announcements might be forthcoming in a couple of days. I stream things here sometimes other than TTRPGs, but mostly it'll be this campaign and some sort of Ryutama campaign is the content we find here. Favorite moment for me? There's a list. Eiko Vision was great. The moments where Daisuke and Miyu like connected and became real at each other were beautiful and sweet, and I loved it. And to also be slightly a fan of myself for a moment, I really just kind of loved the moment that Dylan was cursing the fuck out of me because Kokuri-san made his token cameo. We weren't sure.
Look, it's not. The show isn't named after him anymore. He doesn't have to be there in every episode.
But it's more fun when we see him. It's also more fun to watch him torture Ginji a little. So, with that, my friends, our wholesome high school ghost club business is done. Thank you for hanging out with us on your Friday night. We will see you next time for more spooky stuff and heartwarming stuff and who knows what the hell else. Take care, friends.